What's up everyone, Lou here for Golf Avenue, and we're back with another episode of our series where we test the major winning drivers. This time, we're tackling the last 10 drivers to win the PGA Championship. Starting from 2016 all the way up to 2025, we'll be looking at those drivers, their data, and we'll also rank them from the GOAT all the way down to the bottom. But let's not waste any more time and let's take a look at our clubs. First on the docket, we got last year's winner, the QI10. Of course, it wasn't Scotty Scheffler's bag. It's his favorite driver of all time. Let's be honest here, there's no really debate about it anymore. Will we see it again in his bag this year? Maybe. Will we see the QI40? Maybe. There's only one way to find out though, if it's the GOAT, and it's to test it. So we'll be testing that one. But let's take a look at the other drivers. Second, we have the Callaway Paradym AI Smoke Triple Diamond. That was Xander Schauffele's bag when he won in 2024. This club should help keep the spin rate slow, which I really love when a driver does that. So I'm really excited to test this one. But let's see what else we have on the docket. Third, we have Brooks Koepka's winning driver from 2023. It's the Srixon ZX LS MK2. It was a surprise win for Brooks because no one really expected him to come out and win, but he's big game Brooks, so you know he's coming out for the big majors. The ZX5, the base one, was the lowest ranked driver in our Masters test, so really looking forward to seeing if the LS and the MK2 can really help take this one to the next level this time around. Fourth, we've got JT's winning driver from 2022 when he won in overtime. That was an incredible win for JT, his second PGA Championship. He used the Titleist TSI3 to get the job done. Really looking forward to testing the TSI3. Love Titleist products, they always make good stuff. So looking forward to seeing what this one has in store for us. Next up on our list is the Callaway Epic Speed. If Brooks Koepka was a big surprise in 2023, Phil Mickelson was an even bigger surprise in 2021. Over the age of 50, he became the oldest golfer to ever win a major championship, and it's that driver that helped him do it. The TaylorMade SIM allowed Colin Morikawa to break through and become a major championship winner in 2020 at Harding Park. This one ranked as the GOAT when we did our rankings for the Masters, so I'm really excited to see where it'll rank this time around. In the 7th spot, we have another driver that could very well end up in the GOAT spot. It's the M5. It was Brooks' driver when he won his second of back-to-back wins. We're going to take a look at his first driver in a second, but the M5 is a great club. It was really that close to ended up in the GOAT category for the Masters test, so we're really looking forward to seeing where it'll rank this time around. In the 8th spot, we have the first of Brooks' back-to-back winning drivers. It's the M3 from TaylorMade. It's very close in profile to the M5, so I'm really looking forward to seeing what sort of performance I'll be getting out of this one. But we only have one more driver to cover before we actually start testing them. In the 9th spot, we have our final driver, the Titleist 917 D2. Yes, we're covering 10 years of PGA Championship wins, but the 917 D2 went back-to-back in 16 and 17. First with Jimmy Walker in 2016, talk about a surprise win right there. And then JT won his first PGA Championship using the 917 in the bag there again. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how this one performs. It might end up really high up in the board, so only one way to find out, and it's to go see how our drivers perform. Oh, and one more thing, guys. Just like last time, we'll be using a randomizer on my phone just so that we can switch the drivers here and there. There's no bias in order or anything. We're just gonna go with the wheel, what it tells us, and we're gonna try them one at one, and we'll come back with our feedback, and we'll finally do the ranking at the end. So we just wrapped up testing the M5. It's very similar to the results that we got with the Masters ranking. Maybe not as long, I could have definitely put a little more weight behind the golf ball, but I was really testing to see consistency, control over the golf ball, and obviously the last thing, well, I know the M5 is not really known for it, I still wanted to see if it was a little forgiving or if I could get some help here and there, just because that's what I would need as a golfer. But overall, it's still great when it comes to control. Terrific when it comes to ball feel, and because of the double adjustment tracks, you're able to move the weight around and just move it however you want. So overall, was it the best driver for me? Probably not, but I still loved it a lot, and it really can work all the way at the top if I wanted. Probably just not for my profile. If I swung a little faster, a little harder, that would definitely be right up there for me. But I still see the appeal for it, and I really think it has a chance to land at the top of our rankings. So the randomizing wheel picked a second Brooks Koepka driver in a row. This time, it's the ZX5 LS MK2, and I've got to say, it's night and day between the performance of this one versus the original ZX5 that we tested in our Masters ranking. This one gave off great feedback at impact. I felt like I was able to actually push the ball with some very good swing speed. I'm not the fastest swinger, but I was able to turn decent swing speed into very nice ball speed thanks to the club head. And I have to say that directionally wise, it was really easy to control the golf ball wherever I wanted, whether it was a fade or a draw. I was still able to work a golf ball quite easily thanks to the low spin rates. But as I've said before, I'm a sucker when it comes to low spin club heads. This one is a low spin and it feels really good at impact. I have a feeling it's going to be in a much better spot than the original ZX5 was with the Masters ranking. For our third driver, the wheel selected Phil Mickelson's Epic Speed driver from 2021, and I have to say, I think I know why Phil loved it so much. Of course, I was not testing a left-handed one, I'm righty. I tested a righty. Yes, it feels great still to this day, honestly. The only knock I'll give it, and that might have been on my end, it's just maybe not as long as some of the modern ones that we've tried in our Masters test. I remember from the data, it's definitely not as long. I just couldn't get as much weight behind the golf ball, but aside from that, it's amazing. Very accurate, surprisingly really forgiving, and I have to say that the feel off the ball of the club face is amazing. It's not a low spin driver, but it's a very good core model that will help golfers with faster swing speeds still unlock a lot of performance out on the course. So overall, this one, I really have a good feeling about it being in the upper echelon of our rankings. In the fourth spot, we have our third Brooks Koepka driver already. The wheel has decided it. We have the TaylorMade M3. I was really excited to test this one because I love the M5 so much. Overall, I'd say that they're very similar, but I just couldn't find my comfort as much with this one. The adjustable tracks under the club head really helped me dial it in a little more to find what I was looking for. But overall, I think I was not generating enough speed for it to really unlock what you need. So higher end speeds like the guys on the tours or just very low handicap players who have fast swing speeds, they really might love this one, especially if you're looking for that extra touch of control over a golf ball, really being able to shape the ball the way you want it. This M3 will let you do that, and on top of it, it'll let you do it on a budget. But let's see what's next. So with our fifth driver in this test, we're already reached our last Callaway driver. It's the AI Smoke Triple Diamond. I have to say that this club really surprised me. I'm not usually drawn to Callaway clubs, whatever the reason is. I used to have one in my bag, I really liked it, but for some reason I'm just not drawn to Callaway clubs. This one is incredible. Very, very consistent. The spin rates are perfect. It's a triple diamond, it's a low spin profile. That's what I love. It's an amazing club, and I get why Xander was so good with it when he won his PGA Championship. It's very, very consistent, and that's not something you get all the time from low spin clubs like this one. So overall, I only have good things to say about this club. I was able to get good speed behind it, very consistent in terms of trajectories. The feel for the ball is great. The club looks great at impact. Honestly, it's a great candidate for the GOAT territory, but I do have to test the other club before I make my final decision on that. So let's see what else we have in store. So in the sixth spot, we have the most recent winner of the PGA Championship. It's the QI10 that was in Scotty Scheffler's bag. We know just how much Scotty loves his QI10. I personally don't love it as much, especially when it comes to the core model. I have the QI10 LS in my bag. I've mentioned that in the Masters ranking, but I also mentioned in the Masters ranking that my feelings are quite mixed when it comes to the core model. I feel like you're able to really get a lot of distance. The carbon club face is a success in that department for TaylorMade, but the other end of the spectrum is that carbon club face will also turn not perfect strikes into really interesting results. So the twist face is still there, the twist face deck, so anything near the toe can really turn into something decent, but anything near the heel, I know it's supposed to also help with the twist face, but I only had really not great results that would turn a lot of them into hooks or really power draws that I was not expecting to produce with this club. So overall, it really can help in the distance department if you're really fitted for you and if you're really accurate with your club. This one can really help. But if you're not the most consistent golfer, it might not be worth the trade-off for the distance. You might want to look at something that will provide you with more consistency. But overall, this club didn't rank really high last time we did it, and the only thing that kept it from the last spot was the fact that it was a double Masters winner. Now it's only a single time winner, and I'm still not crazy about it. So we'll see where it ends up, but I'm not predicting a high spot for that one. So we just wrapped up with our 8th driver of the test, and it's our last TaylorMade driver of this test. Obviously the SIM that helped Colin Morikawa win. It's a great club, actually so good. It ended up in the GOAT spot for our Masters ranking. That was when DJ used it to win the 2020 November Master. This club, again, I've mentioned it before, but the alignment at the top of this club, the white line for alignment, is such a cheat code. It's so good, it's perfect, it's a perfect size, it's amazing, I really love it. But the best thing about the SIM is that yes, it's not supposed to be a forgiving profile, but I have to say that it was surprisingly forgiving. Like even strikes that I knew were close to the heel, I was expecting terrible results. Not that bad, really not that bad. The losses distance, for sure, it's a little more than the more recent models that will help you a lot more on off-center strikes, but I'll say that the distance loss is really not that bad as it could be. Overall though, when it comes to distance, yes, it's slightly shorter than the more recent models like the QI40 or the QI35, but in terms of accuracy and consistency, it's still so good. It's really, really good. Easy to reproduce the same strike over and over again. So again, I think we have a chance of seeing this one near the top. Will it end up in the GOAT spot? Well, we have 2 more drivers to test before we find that out. Our second last driver is the Titleist TSI3 that JT used to win in 2022. It's the first of our 2 Titleist drivers. This one is great. Honestly, I don't have much negative to say about it. It took me a little while to get used to it, but once I got used to it, very easy to be consistent, very easy to produce decent distances, and overall, it's a classic Titleist subdued look that most golfers love to see at a dress. That being said, is it the best one for me? Maybe not. I really felt good with it though, so I have a good feeling that it'll end up in the upper echelons of our ranking. But will it be the GOAT? Again, we have 1 more driver to test before I give you that answer. So we just tested the last driver in our list today, the 917 D2. As I said earlier, only 9 drivers were used over the last 10 years to win the PGA Championship. This one went back to back. And it's so easy to understand why. It's incredible. It's still so good. If you have it in the bag, I'm not even joking, keep it in there. To be fair, if you want to sell it, make sure to send it away because it's going to sell like hotcakes. This club is still so good. Really, like there's no debating it. It's good. It pushes the ball. Very easy to have feel for the ball at impact. Forgiving, incredibly forgiving. I'd like to see the D3 just how forgiving it is, but in terms of forgiveness, the D2 is incredible. Spin rates are good enough, a little high for what I like, but overall very decent. Honestly, if this club doesn't end up in the GOAT spot, it'll be right under there just because it's so good for how old it is. Usually when a club hits the 10-year mark, which this one has, we'll tend to recommend that you upgrade to something else for something better. If you were to switch to the TSI3, honestly, I have not seen enough differences that would justify the switch or even the extra expense. So if you still have this one in the bag, keep it in there. Or if you're ready to trade it, send it our way. But if you're looking for a great option on a tight budget, this one is still really good. But that being said, it's finally time to look at our final ranking. With data covered, and now that I've given you my opinions on every single one of these clubs, there's only one more thing to do, and it's to rank them. We'll follow the order that we tested them, so we'll start with the M5. First off, with the M5, I think it goes without saying, but it needs to be in the upper echelons. It could make a bid for the GOAT spot, but I have something else that I want to put in there. So we'll put it in the top notch. It's still very good, it's still impressive, and it's still worth your money, more importantly. Second, we have the ZX5 LS. Remember, like I said, when I did the Masters test, the original ZX5 ranked at the bottom. It was by far the worst club that I tested. With the ZX5 LS, it's a completely different story. It's an amazing club. I get why Brooksy loves it so much, or loved it so much. I get how he managed to win with it. It's a great club, great feel for the ball, terrific control. So I think there's no other place to put it than top notch. It's still not a GOAT, but it's really good. Number 3, we tested Phil Mickelson's driver from the 2021 PGA Championship. Obviously, I use a right-hand hit version. The Epic is a great club, don't get me wrong. It's terrific. It's just maybe not my favorite. In terms of money, it's still a great deal if you're willing to get your hands on one. But I also think that you can get better stuff for cheaper, and if you're willing to spend a little more, you can get something a little more recent from Callaway that will still help you a lot, and that will be worth the extra money. That being said, it's still good stuff. I think that's where it lands, still good stuff. Number 4, we already have our third Brooks Koepka driver. It's the M3. As I said earlier, I was a bit torn with it. It's great, it's almost as good as the M5, but it just didn't stick for me personally. So I think it goes without saying that it'll end up in the not for me category. Great club, decent, depending on who you're asking, but for me, just not right. Number 5 in our list is our second Callaway driver, the AI Smoke Triple Diamond. That was used by Xander in 2024. It's an amazing club. I love this club. I really thought it could have made it into the GOAT category, but it's gonna have to settle for top notch. But really, if I could put two GOATs, it'd be two GOATs, and the AI Triple Diamond would be part of it. But it'll have to settle for the top notch spot. Number 6, we have the QI10. We've all heard it about the QI10. Scotty loves it. Rory was in love with it for the longest time. He still has a wood in his bag. I love my QI10 LS in my bag, but the core QI10, I just can't find my ease with it. I just can't find my comfort with it. Last time around for the Masters, it was a double Masters champion, so I really couldn't knock it down all the way at the bottom. But this time around, I will. It is, in my opinion, the only club that I really asked myself, how did Scotty manage to win with this club? It's really explosive, but the downside of off-center strikes is really penalizing. So obviously, he's one of the better golfers in the world. Forgiveness is not his main priority. He's really able to be consistent with it. So if you're really consistent, it might be a great tool for you. But for me, I'm not quite there yet enough to really love this club. In the 7th spot, we have our last TaylorMade driver, and it's the SIM. Last time for the Masters, as I said it ended up in the GOAT spot. And it would have taken something really special to take it off that GOAT spot. It's still in there for me. It feels great. Terrific control over the golf ball. Distances are very decent considering it was released over 5 years ago. And overall, it still looks great, which is a key aspect that not enough golfers are considering when shopping for the next club. So the SIM driver, you can get it at a great deal. It'll unlock great performances for you. And it's still able to match the output of more recent model, if not slightly shorter, but that's a great trade-off for the price that you'll be paying for it. So in my opinion, the SIM is still the GOAT. But we had 2 more drivers in this ranking, so we'll be tackling them as well. It's our Titleist driver. The first of the 2 is the TSI 3 that JT used in 2022. It's a great club. I loved it. I gave it great feedback. I think it's still very, very good. Is it in the upper echelons for me? It didn't quite make it, honestly. It could have been in the top-notch category just because it's still so good. But like I just said, it's still good. So I think it lends itself perfectly for the still good category. It's not top-notch. It's definitely not the GOAT. It's really good, but it's still good stuff. That, yes, will come at a little higher price tag than some of the other clubs in this list, but since it's a few years older, you'll be paying a very fair price for that driver. Last but not least, we have the last driver we tested. It's the Titleist 917 D2 that went back-to-back in 16 and 17. I love this club. It's amazing. I usually have trouble with clubs from 2016, between 2012 and 2016. It's not usually my favorite region of clubs. I have a hard time finding my comfort. 917 D2. Took it right in my hands, started swinging, no problem at all. It just felt natural to me. It felt great. Felt like I was able to shape the ball, which is not the case with every single one of these drivers behind me. I really felt like I had control over it, was able to do what I wanted. Distance-wise, yes, it's slightly shorter, like really not that much shorter than the other ones, but it is definitely a little shorter. But keep that in mind when you're shopping for your next driver, because at the price you'll be paying for it, the difference in distance is totally worth your money. So because of all these great perks and the very limited amount of cons that I would have to give to this club, it ranks in the top-notch category. Yeah, it's above the still good. It's really top-notch club. It's a great golf club for any skill level of player that just wants a reliable driver at a more reasonable price. So there you have it, folks. It's our final rankings of the PGA Championship winning drivers of the last 10 years. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let us know down in the comments. And while you're at it, why don't you like this video and subscribe to Golf Avenue's channel for even more comparisons and tests like this in the future. We're also looking to try out some new things, so let us know down in the comments if there's something you'd like to see us try in the future. Otherwise, make sure to stick around because those news ideas are coming down the pipeline and you don't want to miss them. For Golf Avenue, I've been Lou. Until next time, see ya.